Today on Judge Faith, a rocky relationship ends in court.
I wanted to make it work with him. I thought that he was a good catch.
And he already has 4 kids by 3 different women.
Yes.
This is someone who you think is going to be responsible with you?
Another reason why our relationship didn't work, as well as the arguments, we also had physical situations.
This is the man you love, that you want to start a family with, and you're hitting him and spitting in his face.
Plaintiff Kadesha Cameron says her ex-boyfriend constantly disrespected her, led a double life, and stuck her with lots of unpaid bills. She's suing for unpaid rent and bills. Defendant Justin Parish says he doesn't owe any money because he was forced to leave the relationship after Kadesha got physically violent with him. He's countersuing for pain and suffering.
All rise. Court is in session. The Honorable Judge Faith Jenkins presiding. Please be seated. Your Honor, the litigants have been sworn in. This is the case of Cameron versus Parish.
Thank you, Juan. Kadesha Cameron?
Yes, Your Honor.
You are suing the defendant Justin Parish for $9,309 for unpaid rent, unpaid bills, and a car deductible?
Yes, ma'am.
You are countersuing, sir, for $5,000 for pain and suffering?
Yes, ma'am, that's correct.
Okay, we'll start from the beginning, Ms. Cameron. Tell me what's going on here.
Well, I met Justin back in June of 2013. I was working at Quick Trip, and he came in, and I thought he was really cute. We flirted with each other, and we ended up exchanging numbers and went on a few dates. I would say we've seen each other every single day for about 3 weeks. He ended up going.
So this is your former boyfriend?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
We actually started dating, exclusively.
In June of 2013?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I did cheat on him in the beginning of our relationship. It was a mistake. I was young, and I decided to kind of put that aside. I thought.
How old are you now?
I'm 22.
So you were 20 at the time?
Still young.
Yes, ma'am.
And how old are you?
I'm 24.
Okay.
Yes, so we started, like I said, we picked back up from our relationship. Like I said, I made a mistake, and I wanted to make it work with him. I thought that he was a good catch, and I was a good person, and I thought that we would be able to make it work. So after we let the bygones be bygones about me cheating on him, we started, getting back together. Everything was working, and then he ended up cheating on me.
Prior to that, she actually cheated again before I committed my infidelity situation.
Okay.
That's not true, Your Honor.
Okay, this was back in June of 2013?
This was more so July, August when the second time came around.
Okay, so within 2 months, you say she cheated on you twice.
Yes, ma'am, that's correct.
But you all went on to date for 2 years. Almost 2 years.
A little under 2 years, yes. Mm-hmm. Basically, in my situation, considering my past, no one's perfect.
What's your past?
I've, had my, selection of women, so to speak.
Do you have kids?
Yes, I do have children.
How many?
I have 4 total.
By how many different women?
3.
At 24 years old?
Yes, ma'am.
How old is your youngest?
She'll be 4 August 22nd.
So at 20 years old, you had 4 kids.
By the time I was 21, I had 4 kids. So 21.
Do you take care of them?
Yes, I do.
You pay child support?
I pay child support, and I have one that stays with me at home.
You meet him, he already has, at this point, 4 kids by 3 different women.
Yes.
And this is someone who you think is going to be responsible with you?
Well, if I can point out, like I said, Justin did take care of his children. I do understand we are young and we do make mistakes.
People do make mistakes. The key is going forward, you learn from your mistakes. And you don't make the same mistake 4 times.
Yes, ma'am.
So you're dealing with someone who doesn't just make mistakes, he's irresponsible.
Yes, sure.
I mean, it's commendable that he, as you said, he pays child support, he takes care of them, but you can't look past the fact that these are the choices that he's made.
Yes. We decided to, like I said, let bygones be bygones with the situation. He did take care of his children. He was great with them. He is educated. Like I said, mistakes are mistakes. And from that point on, I didn't see any issue in regards to, dating a man that had children because he took care of them, considering people don't do that. So I thought that he learned from his mistakes. As we continued our relationship, like I said,
You just thought he was cute.
I thought it was more than him just being cute. That was the beginning. I'm not gonna lie. I did think that he was cute. He did have baggage, so did I. But like I stated before, he was educated and I'm educated, and I decided to let as long as he took care of his children, I didn't see that as an issue.
Okay, go ahead.
So we continued dating. In September, he had a birthday party. For his birthday party, I took off of work, bought an outfit, got cute, because I wanted to, this is one of my first times actually stepping out in front of, multiple of his friends. When it was time to go to the actual party, I'm contacting him, he's not answering the phone. So I text him, continuously trying to text him and try to figure out what was going on.
So what happened?
End up finding out that he stated that they already left to go to the club. I couldn't get in contact with him, and I thought that, something was going on.
Was something going on?
At that time, I didn't feel like it was 100% right to bring her around.
So you don't want to bring her into your personal space. You have 4 kids with 3 different women at this point, but you're concerned about bringing her into your personal space.
It's not personal space. It's
on your
my personal
birthday.
people, because they know what our relationship already entailed.
Was he with another woman or not?
No.
She was with another man that night.
So what was the point of this? Why are you telling me this?
Because I wanted
He didn't spend his birthday with you.
Correct.
Coming up, the damages are disputed.
How long did the 2 of you live together?
For over a year.
Okay, so you lived together for over a year. This happened right after the 2 of you moved in together. Why are you just bringing this lawsuit now?
The lawsuit was carried when he moved out.
Okay, and the 2 of you were living together, sleeping together, playing house together.
Yes,
now
Your
you're
Honor.
bringing him to court. So you obviously looked past the $500 deductible
No, I did not,
for
Your
a long
Honor.
time.
He was supposed
This
to
was your
pay me.
boyfriend.
No, Your Honor, that's not correct.
Plaintiff Kadesha Cameron says her ex-boyfriend stuck her with lots of unpaid bills. She's suing for unpaid rent and bills. Defendant Justin Parish says he doesn't owe any money because he was forced to leave the relationship after Kadesha got abusive with him. He's countersuing for pain and suffering.
So then next thing you know, he goes on a cruise for his birthday. When he came back from the cruise, I haven't, spoke about it. I end up coming across some pictures of him on this cruise.
Was he with another woman?
Yes.
Who was she?
My son's mother.
Oh, okay. So this is the woman who you had a child with?
Yes.
And you went on the cruise for your birthday?
Yes, family trip together, yes.
Okay, so the 2 of you broke up after that, right?
Yes, ma'am. But
Okay.
as far as I'm concerned,
And you moved on after that, right?
No.
No.
That's where
It was another mistake that he made?
Another mistake
that you're going to look past?
But I didn't look. I
Due
just
to
wanted
the
to point
mistake she's
out
made.
that I did not know that was his child's mother.
You just thought he was on a cruise with his BFF?
No, he stated that he met the girl on the cruise because she was on a family cruise, a family reunion cruise, and he met her on the cruise.
Okay.
And
it's his child's mother, and you don't know that because he hasn't invited you into his personal circle to meet his personal people. So you know how to keep your lives separate.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
So, like I stated, the pictures
Lots
didn't
of better
show
words.
anything sexual or intimate between them. After the cruise, we bypassed that and we got back together. He asked to borrow my vehicle.
And this is a part of your lawsuit?
Yes, the part of my lawsuit. He wrecked my car. I had to pay $500 for a deductible for my actual vehicle that I paid $10,000 for, that he wrecked. And as far as I'm concerned, he also had the female in my car.
Did you have another woman in your car, in her car, and have an accident in it? You
I
had
was
an
actually
accident in
en
her car?
route to go see my child's mother, and I spun out of control
And
on the
these are
highway.
pictures of the vehicle,
Okay.
Your Honor.
That's the accident?
Yeah,
Yeah,
That's
they kept
the
going.
accident?
I lost control. They kept going.
Your insurance didn't cover this?
They totaled it off.
Okay, you had to pay a $500 deductible is what you're suing for?
Yes, ma'am.
And why don't you think you owe for the $500 deductible?
Well, first of all, I was injured. I wasn't at fault in the situation. So as far as the other party, which I feel like
The insurance covered the cost of the car. It was totaled, and she submitted paperwork to the court, but she had to pay a $500 deductible. So my question to you is, why should she have to pay that versus you, the person who were driving the car?
it wasn't brought to me that, hey, you need to pay this $500 deductible.
Oh, this is the first time you're hearing about it?
As far as it being directly my responsibility,
No, Your
yes.
Honor, he knew
Okay,
about that.
all right,
know-
go
I
ahead.
know.
How long did the 2 of you live together?
For over a year.
Okay, so you lived together for over a year. This happened right after the 2 of you moved in together. Why are you just bringing this lawsuit now?
The lawsuit was carried when he moved out. When he went
So
away
after
from
the 2
what
of
he
you
owed.
broke up?
No.
Prior to the 2 of you breaking up, this $500 deductible was not an issue.
It
Okay,
was
let's
an
go
issue.
to the
He
next.
just didn't pay me for my money.
Okay, and the 2 of you were living together, sleeping together, playing house together.
Yes,
now
Your
you're
Honor.
bringing him to court. So you obviously looked past the $500 deductible
No, I did not,
for a
Your
long
Honor.
time. This was your boyfriend. How is that not correct? That's exactly what happened. How is that not correct?
Because of the fact that he was supposed to pay me. There was a lot of things that he stated that he was going to do and didn't do and went away from his word. He left
and yet
did not
still, he was
understood.
your boyfriend. You were living together, sleeping together, playing house together, and you looked the other way.
But I
now
own
that the
up
two
to
of
my
you have
mistakes
broken
and I
up,
pay for
you've
what
come
I
into
paid.
court and you submitted a laundry list of damages here. I'm not saying that he doesn't owe. I'm just saying that's what happened. I mean, what world are you living in? At 21 years old, you decide you want to have a child with someone who already has 4 kids and who's cheated on you multiple times, who's not faithful to you. This is the person you choose, you want to have a child with and create a lifelong bond with?
After he stated that he made a mistake and he wanted to be a better person, he stated that me being in his life gave him the opportunity to make himself better, Your Honor. And I do believe in,
You're not thinking clearly, and you're not ready. You're not ready to have a child.
Coming up on Judge Faith, the fighting gets physical.
Well, first she threw her keys, hit me in my eye. As I'm holding myself, she runs up after she threw the keys. Things got physical.
So she's hitting you?
Yeah. Once I get her kind of under control, she spits in my face.
He made
you do
me,
that?
Your Honor. He made me.
I can't make anybody
he
spit in
made
my
you hit
face.
him?
No, I had to defend myself, Your Honor.
Plaintiff Kadesha Cameron says her ex-boyfriend constantly cheated on her with his baby's mother. She's suing for unpaid rent and bills. Defendant Justin Parish says he doesn't owe any money because he had no choice but to leave Kadesha. He's countersuing for pain and suffering.
Okay, go on.
His pit bull attacked my dog, and my dog was in a jeopardy of dying.
This was when the two of you were living together?
Yes, Your Honor.
And so the two dogs were together in the same household?
Right.
Dogs do what dogs do, and sometimes that means they fight. So the issue is someone negligent? What did the owner of the dog do? Was there any negligence involved? And here I have 2 dogs, the two of you who've been living together for a very long time. You're not telling me anything that he did that would contribute to his pit bull attacking your dog. Tell me about the bulk of your lawsuit, which is over $3,600 in rent. What's
For
that
the
about?
rent. When we moved in together, we both signed a lease, Your Honor, which I do have the documents to prove
Let me
to
see
you
that.
that we both signed that.
Did you sign the lease, sir?
I did. I have copies of it as well.
Okay. And the lease started when? When was the lease
July.
supposed to end?
August
Next month.
2015.
When did you move out, sir?
I moved out December of 2014.
The lease doesn't expire until August 2015, but you
Correct.
moved out December of 2014, so 9 months early,
That's
right?
correct.
Okay, so you broke the lease. Why did you do that?
I didn't, as well as the arguments, we also had physical situations.
What do you mean by that?
There were times she got upset and it got physical.
What do you mean by that?
She swung at me. Well, first she threw her keys, hit me in my eye. As I'm holding myself, she runs up after she threw the keys. Things got physical. I hold her down because, of course, I'm not trying to get hit.
So she's hitting you?
Yeah.
He
Did
made
you do
me,
that?
Your Honor. He made me.
I can't make anybody
he
spit in
made
my
you hit
face.
him?
No, I had to defend myself, Your Honor. That's how it happened.
So he hit you first? you're
No, I
saying?
did throw my keys. It was because we had a heated argument, and I threw my keys at him because he had a smart remark about how.
So I don't care about the remarks. You threw your keys at
Yes, Your
him,
Honor.
and what happens next? What do you do next?
I did.
You hit him. Go ahead.
One thing, domestic violence is not a good thing. I don't, and it's hard to plead your case being a man and saying that you're the victim because it doesn't look, I guess,
No,
believable.
domestic violence goes both ways. That
Exactly.
is absolutely true.
This wasn't the first incident that this happened. One time, I guess, yeah, I
So
was at work.
you've been hitting him throughout the relationship?
Honor.
You've done it more than one time, though.
I hit him twice. Let's be correct. I did hit him twice.
And that's
More
two
like
times
3 or
too
4
many.
times,
That's
but-
two
And I do
times too many.
understand that.
Did you spit in his face?
I did spit in his face, Your Honor.
Okay, so you've hit him at least twice that you admit to, and you spit in his face.
Yes, Your
Okay,
Honor.
that is, you're assaulting him. This is the man you love, that you want to build a family with, that you want to start a family with, and you're hitting him and spitting in his face.
And then he cheated and he lied, and it's also two sides
Both
to
of
the
you
story.
are, you're missing the point. You're missing the point. Because if this were a man admitting this in court, you have to understand people will be all over you. And I'm not going to let you slide because you're a woman.
I understand.
You are assaulting him and you are committing domestic violence against him. And then you want to come in and sue because the relationship didn't go the way you wanted it to go. But then you're going to come into court and you admit that you are committing domestic violence against him.
I'm
and you want to gloss over that.
No, I'm not glossing over it, Your Honor. My thing is that if I sit there and do what I say I'm going to do, we both make mistakes if I stated before.
There are no excuses for it.
There is no excuse, and I'm not making
There are no
an excuse.
excuses for it. You're wrong. You're wrong, period.
I do
And you need to
understand
grow
that.
up. Both of you do. Both of you do. What is your counterclaim about?
My counterclaim, basically, prior to that situation, I also have a police report where she actually came to my job and put her hands on me while I was on the clock, broad daylight. Which I have a copy right here.
You did that at his job?
Yes, Your Honor. And that was the second hit that I was.
So now you're messing with his livelihood. You're going to go up to his job and cause him to lose his job because you're up there acting a fool.
Coming up, Judge Faith rules. And now, Judge Faith rules.
When that situation happened, we weren't even in our second apartment yet. So,
why is that relevant?
Because what I'm going to say is that if he felt like he was in danger, supposedly, or he felt like he was in a situation, he shouldn't have had signed the lease.
Let me tell you something. I handled domestic violence cases as a prosecutor, and I will tell you there are a number of reasons people continue to stay in them. And I think both of you have abused each other in different ways. But when the physical abuser comes and says, well, why did they stay with me? Why did they continue their relationship with me? It happens in most cases. Most instances, especially most of my cases dealt with women, the women always stayed. They rarely left. We had to convince women to continue their cases against their abusers. They wanted to go back, drop the cases because they're not thinking clearly. They're not seeing clearly. There are a number of issues involved. So what you just said to me right there, that is the typical response of people when they're in abusive relationships. They find ways to continue until they get out of the cycle. Because I can't fix your lives and the decisions that you made when you decided to move in together and do all these things together. Mm-hmm. And the number one thing I can't fix, I can't give either one of you the self-esteem you need to make better choices. You have to find that on your own. You have to find that on your own. I'm not going to order you to pay back rent, because I am not going to order someone who is clearly in an abusive relationship who leaves to pay rent. I'm going to order you to pay half of the vet bill, $850. In addition, I'm going to order you to pay the $500 deductible for the car, which I believe you owe, for a total of $1,350. On your counterclaim, I think you both suffered emotionally as a result of this relationship, but a monetary award is not going to help you. A judgment call and both of you making better choices is what's going to help you. Judgment in this case for the plaintiff, $1,350.
I do appreciate the advice that she gave me in regards to trying to be a better person and not allowing my anger to get the best of me. I will take that into consideration and continue to move on and do see a therapist to make sure that my anger does not control my life, and I plan to become a better person.
At the end of the day, I'm very grateful that, she gave us good advice as far as what we should do in the future, as far as relationships, dealing with other people, and responsibilities in general.
A day of drinking ends in a fierce fight.
She bit me, my fingers started bleeding, I started freaking out, and they saw the blood, and then eventually she probably came to, like, she's bleeding, and then it stopped.
She had stuck her finger in my eye and it was blackening up here.
You don't know exactly what happened because you were all very drunk.
And later, she went to serve our country and thought he was paying their bills.
While I was gone, I was still gonna continue to pay rent, but the utilities were not gonna fall under me.
She asked me if she could only pay the rent.
How do you expect someone to foot all the bills in the house without really giving them notice that that's going to happen?
Faith Jenkins. Her distinguished legal career began when she graduated first in her law school class. She quickly became a tough New York City prosecutor, and then a preeminent legal analyst on cable news. And now she's the judge in her own courtroom. Her cases are real, and her rulings are final. She is Judge Faith. Plaintiff Aisha Robertson says her former friend got drunk and started a fight with her, causing serious injuries. She's suing for pain and suffering and medical bills. Defendant Laura Thompson admits they got very drunk and fought, but she says she doesn't owe any money because the injuries she caused were in self-defense.
All rise. Court is in session. The Honorable Judge Faith Jenkins presiding. Please be seated. Your Honor, the litigants have been sworn in. This is the case of Robertson versus Thompson.
Thank you, Juan. Aisha Robertson?
Yes.
You are suing the defendant, Laura Thompson, for $2,483 for medical bills and pain and suffering. You say expenses you are out of as a result of an assault she committed against you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so let's start from the very beginning. Tell me what happened and how you know Ms. Thompson.
Me and Ms. Thompson have known each other for 6 years now. We met at an adult nightclub, smoking a cigarette, and which she was venting about something. And after that, we kind of just hit it off.
Well, were the two of you working at the adult nightclub?
Yes.
Okay.
We became really good friends for 6 years. Up until 2 years ago, she needed a place to live that was cheaper for her, more accommodating. And I talked to my manager, and I went with her to the landlord and helped her get the apartment that she's in now.
Okay, and so, Ms. Thompson, how would you describe your relationship prior to this incident that we're going to talk about today? How would you describe your relationship with Ms. Robertson?
Well, we were really good friends. I basically took care of her for 6 years, so.
What do you mean by that?
Helped her make money, helped her with her apartment, yes. And
How'd you help her make money?
I paid $3,500 to move into that apartment, so.
How did you help her make money?
At the club, because it's easier for me to make money.
What do you do at the club?
Same thing as she does. I'm an entertainer.
Which is what? Adult entertaining,
yes.
okay.
Yeah,
and how were you
dancer.
helping her make money?
Because I would take her with me and lie to customers and say that she was part Asian, and and they would go, because they liked me, they would take her with them, with us.
Why would you have to tell people she was part Asian? Why is that significant?
Because the guys that like me usually only like Asians.
So how did we get to this point today while you're in court? What happened?
One evening.
What date?
This was June 17th.
Of what year?
2014.
Okay, so that was almost a year ago.
Almost a year ago, yes. We were drinking probably around, it was early, it was like around 1, 2 o'clock we were drinking.
What were you drinking?
We were drinking a bottle of vodka.
Where were you at that time?
We were at my apartment. She had a mutual friend come over. We were drinking, having a good time.
Approximately what time does this incident take place?
6.
6 p.m. So you started drinking at 1 o'clock that day.
Yes.
5 hours later, 6 p.m., how many drinks would you say you had?
Well, between the three of us, we basically finished the bottle.
Finished what?
It was a gallon bottle.
You said the three of you shared a bottle of vodka. Who else was there?
We had a mutual, she had a friend over.
What's his name?
Actually don't remember his name.
What's the friend's name?
Mike.
Mike. So you are there, you, and Mike is there. You've been drinking since 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yes.
Approximately how many drinks had you had by 6 p.m.?
Me?
Yes.
I don't know how many drinks we've had, to be honest.
You don't remember?
I don't remember how many drinks
2 bottles.
And how, 2 bottles of vodka?
Because we finished one before he came.
Okay, and did Mike bring vodka with him?
He brought the
So he
gallon.
brought more vodka?
Yes.
And approximately how many drinks had you had at that point?
Your Honor, I don't know.
What kind of condition were you in? Were you?
I was drunk.
You were drunk?
I was
Were
drunk.
you very drunk?
I wasn't very drunk.
Really?
No.
You say in your papers you were very drunk.
Do I? Well,
So-
I was drunk, but I wasn't very drunk because, I mean, what
But
happened
you don't
to me?
remember.
What happened to me,
Blacked out.
it sobered me up real quick.
Coming up, more drunk drama.
Something was said that made Ms. Thompson upset.
What was said?
That I don't remember.
You don't remember that either.
And later, he had a pay if he could policy.
I said I will try to help you pay.
Right, and from that day to this day, that trying really hasn't worked out.
Yeah, when she...
Plaintiff Aisha Robertson says her former friend offered to pay for the injuries she caused during their fight. She's suing for pain and suffering and medical bills. Defendant Laura Thompson says she doesn't owe anything because the injuries were caused in self-defense.
How many drinks did you have that day?
A lot. We finished 1 bottle, and he brought a gallon bottle, and we finished that too.
Okay.
And we both can drink, so yes, she had blacked out because I asked her about it the next day. She does not
And
remember.
why was Mike coming over? Just to hang out with the two of you?
To hang out, yeah.
And this was at your house?
Yes, ma'am.
Correct? Okay. So around 6 p.m., what do you say happened?
We were drinking in my living room. Something was said that made Miss Thompson upset.
What was said?
That I don't remember. Something was said just because anytime Miss Thompson drinks, she's had many altercations with everyone in our building. She's either argued with or she's beat up plenty of her girlfriends, boyfriends before in the past. I have seen that's happened in front of my house as a barbecue. She's beat up her girlfriend, not once, but twice. We vowed that we'd never put hands on each other. You know, that's what kept us going for so long too, because we would say we'd never cross that line, and that line was crossed.
So prior to this date, you never had any type of physical altercation with her. Is that true?
That's true.
Okay, so 6 p.m. this day, Mike is over. She says something to who?
He was there for lap dances.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And what happened?
I don't know, something was said that ticked Miss Thompson off, that just made her...
Who said something to her?
I don't know what was said, Your Honor. Something was said probably that just, you know, she was drinking, and every time she drinks, like she's not...
Did you say something or did Mike say something?
I don't remember.
You don't know who said it, you don't know what was said, but her reaction is what, according to you?
Jealousy.
Okay,
Like
what did she say? What did she
I
do?
don't remember.
You don't remember that either?
No, I don't remember what was said or who said it.
And you say she reacted in a jealous manner, and what happened?
Because something was said, we started arguing, going back and forth.
What was she saying to you? What were you saying to her?
Just arguing, like probably just...
You don't remember that either?
No. Don't, to be
What
honest.
happened next?
I ended up leaving the apartment, going outside to my patio, and the neighbor was washing her dishes right next door to me. And I was like, oh my gosh, can you get this girl away from me? And then here she comes and starts charging me, and then we start fighting on our balcony. She grabs my hair. I try to defend myself. I think I did hit her.
Yeah, you stuck your finger in my eye.
What do you say happened? What do you say happened? What's your version of this?
I don't remember, just like she doesn't remember. Later, she was crying, so I was like, whatever I did, I'm sorry, you know, because she was crying, so I'm like, let's go to the hospital.
Well, were you injured?
Well, yeah, she had stuck her finger in my eye and it was blackening up here.
And how were you injured?
I bit her finger when she stuck it in my eye.
You bit her finger?
Mm-hmm. She bit my finger. We're all on the floor. I have like abrasions. I have scars to show you.
Did you call the police?
No, ma'am, I did not call the police.
6 months later.
So you didn't call the police?
No, because I was honestly hurt, and I couldn't believe what had happened. I was crying hysterically. The neighbors were over.
Did you go to the hospital?
We were both crying, yes.
You were treated. What were your injuries?
I had a cut on top and back of my
Let me see the photo
finger.
of your injuries. What is this a photo of?
It's a scar that's right there in the middle of my index finger.
Do you want to walk over and show me where the scar is?
Right here.
Okay, I do see there is something there.
Mm-hmm. And there's another photo, Your Honor, on the back side of my hand that also has a scar, and that's keloid right there.
Okay, did you submit any other photos of injuries?
I did, of my
Let's see the
hair
next
that was
photo.
pulled out.
So what are you saying? She pulled some of your hair out?
Yes, ma'am.
The fight starts, how does it end? You say your neighbor came over?
Yes, they were trying to help, trying to get her off my head. But then she bit me, my finger started bleeding, I started freaking out, and they saw the blood, and then eventually she probably came to, like, she's bleeding, and then it stopped. Mm-hmm. And then I went inside, I'm bleeding everywhere, blood everywhere, the neighbor's helping me. She's outside at the other neighbor's house, and she comes back and is like, I'm sorry, let me in, we're just crying.
I know you say you don't remember, but you remember her sticking her
cat claw
finger in your eye?
Mm-hmm.
And
that's why I bit it, yeah.
So you do remember biting her finger?
Well, I mean, it was bit, and her finger was right here, so yeah, she said, yeah.
You don't know how this all started. Mm-hmm. She's saying in her answer, self-defense, and you're saying today you don't remember. In your claim, you wrote, you don't know exactly what happened because you were all very drunk. I can't help you. You were drunk.
Okay.
You don't remember what happened. You didn't file a police report for 6 months, and then you didn't file this lawsuit. You're here almost a year later. But the number one thing is, I can't trust your version. I don't trust her version either. I can't believe what either one of you are saying, because this happened after you had 2 bottles of vodka.
I do remember.
Judgment in this case for the defendant.
Plaintiff Tia Bailey says her former roommate agreed to pay the utility bills while she was away at boot camp, but didn't. She's suing for unpaid utility bills. Defendant Malcolm Johnson says the bill was in Tia's name and he never agreed to pay it.
Tia Bailey,
Yes, ma'am.
you were suing the defendant Malcolm Johnson for $406 for the cost of a utility bill you say he failed to pay?
Yes, ma'am.
In addition, you're also suing for your court costs?
Yes, ma'am, that's correct.
Okay, so why don't we start from the very beginning? Where are the two of you from?
Powder Springs, Georgia, just half an hour from Atlanta.
So at one point, you and Mr. Johnson became roommates. Why don't you tell me how the two of you met and what happened?
Okay. We met in high school a few years before moving in together. We had a couple friends in common. I didn't really know him too well, but he seemed like an okay guy. Like he seemed cool, so I just kind of went with it.
So when did you move in, month and year?
Officially, like December of 2014.
Okay, and what was the discussion? Whose idea was it?
It was Malcolm's. He had this house that he, wanted some roommates to help rent him out with. It was the house he grew up on. He grew up.
I used to grow up on.
Yeah, he used to live in there.
Okay, so you used to live in this house?
Yes.
Is this your,
This is
your
mother's.
family home?
Yes.
Okay,
My mom owns the house.
She owns the house?
Yes.
Okay, and so had you been living there already?
We moved, I want to say, my sophomore year in high school, and after we moved a little bit, 5-10 minutes down the road. She had some bad clients before.
Your
and
mother?
Yes, my mom. And then after that, she decided, you know what, let's try. I know you want to move out, so here's a house that's open up.
So you decide to rent your mother's house. It was her idea. So you're going
Yes.
to rent it, and you're going to get, how many bedrooms is it? 3 bedrooms, I think you said?
It's 4.
4 bedrooms, but you're going to get
Originally
2
it's 3,
roommates.
yes.
Okay, and all 3 of you are going to split the rent and
Yes.
pay how much in rent apiece?
$350 for me since I had the big room, and $300 for everybody else.
Okay, but you approach her about moving into the house, and she says okay.
I put it on Facebook.
Oh, okay.
I put it on Facebook, and she saw my status, and she was interested.
So the two of you had a discussion, and you move in December of 2014, and do you sign a lease?
Yes,
Okay, who signs the lease? 3 of you or just 2?
3.
So what happens? You end up moving out for a while.
Yeah, before I even moved in, I told Malcolm that I was considering joining the military, so I went ahead and did that a few months after moving into the house. I ended up swearing in of March 2014, and I ended up leaving for boot camp of April.
Okay, what branch of the military?
I'm in the Navy
Okay,
Reserves.
Nice.
I left April 8th, 2014, and I ended up staying out of the state of Georgia for several months. I actually didn't return until late November. So I was gone for well over, half a year.
Okay, and what was the agreement while you were gone? Were you still paying rent, and who would pay the utilities, which is why you're here today?
Okay, so the agreement before I left was that I would still continue to pay rent while I was gone, because when I came back, I wanted to live there an additional year so that way I could start school and I wouldn't have to worry about finding a place to stay. While I was gone, I was still gonna continue to pay rent, but the utilities were not gonna fall under me because I wasn't there to, I'm not there to use the water, to use the electricity, so it's not fair for me to pay these things.
So who was going to pay all the utilities while you were gone?
It was my understanding that Malcolm would pay it.
Coming up on Judge Faith, the friends learn a life lesson.
I did give him notice, we did have a discussion before I left. My credit was dropping, so that makes me look irresponsible.
Usually when she talks to me, she's always in a hurry or she's always trying to leave.
So my question to you is, why aren't you paying your half of the bill at least?
Plaintiff Tia Bailey says her former roommate agreed to pay the utility bills but didn't. She's suing for unpaid utility bills. Defendant Malcolm Johnson says he never agreed to pay.
So you leave in April
Yes, ma'am?
to go to boot camp. Where was your boot camp?
It was in Great Lakes, Illinois.
Okay, so you go to Illinois for boot camp, and you guys have been splitting the utilities up until this point?
Yes, ma'am.
Just paying half and half?
Yes.
And how much was the gas bill on average? What was the gas bill the month prior to that?
I'm not sure.
You don't have any copies of the gas bill with you?
Yeah, I have the last gas bill. The last gas bill.
Okay, how much was the last gas bill?
The
What month is
last
that
gas bill, $405.
That's for 1 month? Gas for 1 month?
Yeah, when we got the gas bill, we usually get it every 2 months.
Okay.
So
that's 2 months worth of gas in one bill?
This is the last bill. It was 4 months.
Okay, so if approximately over 4 months, it was approximately $100.
Yes.
Did you know that she would be leaving for, how many months were you gone?
Approximately 8 months.
8. Did you know she was going to be leaving for 8 months when you agreed for her to move in and sign this lease?
Yes, but I don't know how long she was going to be.
You know how long she was going to be gone? And
Yes.
was there a discussion about what would happen with the bills, not the rent? Was there a discussion about what would happen with the bills when she left to go to boot camp?
She talked to me. Usually when she talks to me, she's always in a hurry or she's always trying to leave. We hardly talk anytime. Anytime we're in the house, our schedule was always different.
Was there a discussion at any point before?
Yes, there was a discussion.
Okay, what was the discussion?
She asked me if I could, if she could only pay the rent.
While she was gone?
When she was gone. Since she said, since she's going to be gone and she's not going to be using any of the utilities, she was asking me if she can just pay the $300.
Okay, prior to that, prior to her moving in, when you found out she might be leaving to go to boot camp, was there a discussion about what would happen with the utilities if she left, or you just didn't think about it at that time?
I didn't really think about it at that time.
Okay. My concern is, and I know you say you left and he didn't pay this bill while you were gone. My concern is, if you two enter into this agreement, this lease, and you're gonna be there for a year, and then you're gone for 8 months, how do you expect someone to foot all the bills in the house without really giving them notice that that's going to happen?
It's not really fair, but I did give him notice. Like, we did have a discussion before I left of
right, but then he doesn't have a choice, right? Because you're already in the house, you're living there, and you're saying, hey, I'm not gonna be here. Would you mind paying this gas bill every month? And he may have said, what was your answer to that?
I pretty much said yes.
Okay, and did you pay the bill?
No.
Why aren't you paying your half of the bill at least?
I didn't pay my half because I didn't know how much it was.
But you had the bill?
I didn't know. No, I did not have the bill.
Okay, but the bill is coming to your house.
Yes.
You just didn't open it?
I got a notification on the door saying it was about to be cut off.
Coming up, Judge Faith rules. And now, Judge Faith rules.
So what's going on? This bill went into collections. What's happening? Have you paid it?
I paid it, yes. As soon as I came back, I talked to Malcolm about it. He said, don't worry about it. I got it. I waited a couple more weeks, talked to him again. Nothing changed. So I went ahead and I paid the bill in full because my credit was dropping. So that makes me look irresponsible. I don't like that. So
I didn't say, don't worry about it. I got it. I said I would try to help you pay off on it.
that's
Yes.
Right. And from that day to this day, that trying really hasn't worked out for
Yeah,
her.
around the time that she pretty much left, I did get laid off. When I got the last bill, the notification, I let her know. I told her the agreement was, you leave, I'll handle it. But when I need some money, send it this way.
Okay, and the problem is you didn't handle it at all, right? All right, so I think we're done here. In all fairness, you have to pay your portion of the bill, which is half. So I'm going to order you to pay half of the utility bill, $203, in addition to your court costs. Okay, judgment for the plaintiff. Good luck.
A foster father and his estranged daughter are reunited in court.
When she told me that I was the closest thing she had to a father, she walked out of my life a year ago, and I have not seen her or spoken to her since.
He cut me out of his life. I think it has to do with being back with my ex.
There's been one person who has been consistent your entire life, and it's this man who's standing right over here in front of you.
And later, girlfriends let a guy get between them.
Talking to her is like talking to a child, like talking to one of her kids running around the house. She don't listen.
Me and her has been known each other since 2012. I have all these kids by him. She knew about him.
It's not how this is gonna work. I know y'all are from Atlanta, but this is not the Real Housewives. We don't just shout things out and argue with each other.
Faith Jenkins. Her distinguished legal career began when she graduated first in her law school class. She quickly became a tough New York City prosecutor, and then a preeminent legal analyst on cable news. And now she's the judge in her own courtroom. Her cases are real, and her rulings are final. She is Judge Faith. Plaintiff Frank Blattel says he loaned his credit card to his foster daughter to get her car back from the repo man. And now she's refusing to pay him back. He's suing for credit card charges, interest, and late fees. Defendant Jackie Stock says her father is just angry because she reconciled with her estranged husband, and the remaining balance on the loan was a gift.
All rise. Court is in session. The Honorable Judge Faith Jenkins presiding. Please be seated. Your Honor, the litigants have been sworn in. This is the case of Blattel versus Stock.
Thank you, Juan. Frank Blattel,
Yes, Your Honor.
you are suing the defendant Jackie Stock for $935 for credit card charges, interest, and late fees.
Yes.
Okay, why don't you tell me what's going on, sir?
She came into my life in 2001. I was dating her mother, and she was just a little girl then, and then something happened. They went out of my life, and then she came into my life again at 2005.
When you say something happened, did you and her mother break up?
Oh, yes.
Stop dating?
Yes.
Okay.
And
So how did you then reconnect with her in 2005?
in 2005, I became her foster father.
Her foster father? How old were you?
17.
17? Okay, and what were the circumstances of that?
She didn't have nowhere to go, and her mother was out of the picture, so I just fostered
Took her in? Okay, what happened, Ms. Stahl?
My mom's never really been around, so I knew him. I was comfortable, so I was placed with him.
Okay, how did you find out she was in a foster care?
through her mother, I believe.
Okay.
And that's when I jumped on the chance because she's like the daughter I never had.
Okay.
But then shortly after becoming her foster parent, she ran off to Arizona and didn't come back till the following year. And when she came back, she was pregnant.
Is that true?
Partially. I was already pregnant when I went to Arizona, and I had my daughter in Arizona, and then moved back to California.
Okay. Did you tell him that you were leaving to go to Arizona?
No, I didn't actually. I
just left?
Took off.
Okay. You could understand why someone would be hurt
Absolutely.
by you doing that?
Yes.
So what happens? You go back a year later and you call him and you say what to him?
I need to come home.
And what did he say in response to that?
Come home.
So what kind of foster parent was he to you?
He's always been great to me. He's always been a good person to me.
Okay. So how did we end up here? What's going on?
Her car was repossessed because her husband called them. I guess what the story I heard was that her husband called the people at the car lot to have them come and get it because he said it was abandoned and was being vandalized after he scratched some filthy names on the hood and fenders of the car.
So what happened? I mean, he was told a story, but what happened?
He vandalized my vehicle.
How?
And he wrote some foul names.
What did he write?
On
And what
the hood.
else?
Whore.
He keyed that in your car? Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then he called and had it repossessed.
How was he able to do that? Were you not current on payments?
No, I was, but you can do voluntary repossessions, like a just.
Oh, so he was just being vindictive.
Right, right.
And you call your foster father and ask him for money for what?
It was $750 to get it out of repossession, just with repossession fees and everything.
So you charged that on your credit card? Is that what happened?
Yes, Your Honor.
Right.
Okay. And what did you do, sir?
I took her to another car lot and I helped her get into a 2008 Chevy Impala. And
So you have to buy another car in her name
Right.
that time so it wouldn't happen again.
And I put another $400 on my credit card for insurance for her.
And that was a loan that you agreed to pay back?
The $750?
Both of these items,
Yeah, the
$750 and $400?
$750 I did actually. I made payments on it for quite a while.
And did you have a conversation with her about this? How did we end
No,
up in court today?
Because when she told me that I was the closest thing she had to a father figure, she walked out of my life a year ago and I've not seen her or spoken to her since today.
So today's your first time seeing her in a year?
Yes.
Well, what happened?
Well, he cut me out of his life. He wouldn't even answer my calls.
Why is that?
I think it has to do with being back with my ex.
Is that true?
Actually, she never made any attempt to get in contact with me at all in a year. The only way I got their phone number is her husband called my house last week and cussed me out for suing him.
I called his cell phone. I wrote over Facebook to his caregiver, and it was, I don't want to talk to you. Don't contact me.
Coming up, Faith helps heal the hurt.
What are you upset about right now?
Him.
Why? This is your moment. You haven't seen him in a year. This is your moment to talk to him.
And later, a battle over a boy.
He slick moved in.
Okay, what does that mean?
He'll come days, leave days, come days, leave days.
And then one day he just never left.
Plaintiff Frank Blattel says his foster daughter's refusing to pay him back. He's suing for credit card charges, interest, and late fees. Defendant Jackie Stock says she doesn't know because the remaining loan balance was a gift.
Do you love your father?
Yeah, absolutely.
You can understand that this is someone who was there for you when you needed, when no one else was, right? There's been one person who has been consistent your entire life, and it's this man who's standing right over here in front of you. And so you can understand why, when he sees that you are being abused, when you go back to that person who he's trying to protect you from, it looks like you're making a choice, and you know he's not going to approve. You know that.
Right, but it's not for him to approve of. It's my life.
Right. It is your life, but every time you've had an issue and you've needed someone to bail you out in your life, you've called him. I'm just trying to help you see the perspective of a father and his perspective in this situation, looking at you and being upset because he thinks that you deserve better. He knows you deserve better. He wants you to see that for yourself.
Okay. I mean, I'm happy with my situation right now.
What is the situation right now?
Counseling, things like that. Doing good.
Okay. Why haven't you paid him back the $866 he says you owe?
Because I don't feel like I owe that much, one. And two, I was let go from my job.
So you didn't have the money? What are you upset about right now?
Him.
Why? This is your moment. You haven't seen him in a year. This is your moment to talk to him.
I just want to fix our relationship.
How are you going to do that?
I don't know.
Is there a way that can happen?
Not right now.
Why is that, sir?
Because I'm so hurt for not being able to speak to her for over a year. Just walked out of my life, and like I said, no phone calls, nothing for a year. And then I have to do this. I have to bring her to court to even see her. It hurts.
But this court case, this case will clear the air in terms of what she owes you.
Correct.
But, and she's disappeared before for a year. You see her now, and you see the look on her face. She has some regrets. She may not say it, but you can tell. She's not proud of some of the decisions that she's made. She's hurting too. You understand?
Yes.
And you've known her since she was 17 years old. She's now 28 years old. I would hate to see the two of you walk out of this courtroom today and not be able to have some kind of relationship.
I believe I could, but I don't believe her husband will allow it.
Yeah. And that could very well be the case, given the fact that when he did the things that he did, you were the person that helped her. And you should not be forced to choose between your husband and the person who's been the father in your life. You don't have to choose. And if someone is making you choose, then you aren't making the decisions for your life as you say you are. Because it appears to me you're making a choice.
See, but that's what I feel like he was trying to do. Because he didn't want me back with my husband. So he was trying to make me choose, and then he cut me off.
Because he sees the situation objectively. You were not looking at it from an objective perspective because there were a lot of emotions involved. You were too close to the situation. He's looking at it like many parents do. There's a reason in most cases when a parent doesn't like someone's significant other, there's usually a reason. This is not someone he wants you to be with. Unless that person has gotten help and has changed, he's a vindictive, immature, petty, abusive individual. People are going to come in and out of your life moving forward for various reasons. But if it's one thing about family, when they truly love each other and they truly care about each other, they're there no matter what. And all I'm saying to you is the one constant I've heard in your life since you were 17 years old is this person right over here. That is not a bridge that you want to burn. Judgment in this case is for the plaintiff, $935. Good luck to both of you.
Thank you.
Love you.
I love you too, Jackie. I always have.
I'm sorry.
I know you are.
Plaintiff Catherine Sanders says her former BFF used bogus credit cards to pay the utilities on their apartment, and now they've been evicted. She's suing for unpaid rent and a broken TV. Defendant Monique Robinson says she owes nothing because the bill split was not fair since Catherine had 4 kids and a boyfriend in the house.
Catherine Sanders?
Yes, how you doing?
Good. You are suing the defendant Monique Robinson?
Hi, how you doing?
Good. For $3,050 for unpaid rent, 3 months of unpaid rent and a broken television?
Yes.
So the two of you talked about getting an apartment together.
Yeah, it was a townhouse.
Okay, and so you move in, is it just the two of you?
I have 4 children.
Okay, so it was you, your 4 children, and the defendant?
Yes.
Okay, who else, so that's it?
I had a male friend, but it would just be me and her paying the rent.
Is your male friend your boyfriend? Is that, you mean your boyfriend?
My kid's father.
Okay. Why do you have an agreement with your boyfriend, the father of your 4 children, that he does not have to contribute to the rent where you live?
He would give me money on the rent, but it was me and her. My half would be, would he give me some money, I put my money together, and she would put her money together also.
Well, so the rent wasn't 50-50, I'm assuming.
Between me and her it was.
So you, with 6 on your side and 1 of her, the rent is 50-50?
Yes.
And you agreed to this?
No, the agreement was that it was just supposed to be me, her, and the kids, and it was supposed to be $800 apiece.
Who's on the lease?
Me and my male friend, the father of my kids.
Who's not paying rent? The 2 of you are on the lease?
Yes.
And not her?
Her credit wouldn't got approved.
But she's responsible for half of the rent.
Yes.
And he's not responsible for any. That's what you're telling me?
He give me money on the rent just like me and his money get put together.
Why are you suing her? The reason
why I'm suing her is because she didn't pay her half of the rent.
So you didn't have a problem with 6 people, even 5. Now there's 6 people on her side and there being only 1 of you?
I had a problem with 6. I didn't have a problem with 5 being that the kids were like my god kids. Mm-hmm. And that we all worked together. And I always had the kids.
When did you find out that the boyfriend, because he's on the lease?
I didn't know he was on the lease at first.
When did you find that out?
The next month, April.
Was he living there in March?
He slick moved in.
Okay, what does that mean?
He moved
just showed
in
up
on the
one night and never left?
Yeah.
Basically.
She said he'll come here and there, come days, leave days, come days, leave days.
And then one day he just never left. Did she ever come to you and say, boyfriend is living here now, this rent should be split 3 ways, I don't feel that this is fair?
No, she never she never came to me about that. Never had a
conversation about it. You say no.
She never came to me about anything.
But did you, at some point you realized that it's not how this is gonna work? I know y'all are from Atlanta, but this is not the Real Housewives. We don't just shout things out and argue with each other.
Coming up on Judge Faith, the ladies lose their apartment.
So you think she was trying to sneak move out?
She was trying to sneak and get her things to leave.
How do you know that? What did you see?
She was trying to get her things to leave. She had a big truck outside and everything trying to leave.
You didn't tell her you were bringing a truck to move out?
Plaintiff Catherine Sanders says she was evicted because Monique stopped paying the rent. She's suing for unpaid rent and a broken TV. Defendant Monique Robinson says she owes nothing because the bill split was unfair.
So when did you first find out that she was not paying rent?
They sent me a notice in my door.
An eviction notice?
Yes, saying that I had to either pay all the money or get ready to go to court.
Okay, and had you not had a conversation with her prior to that you weren't gonna pay the rent?
Talking to her is like talking to a child, like talking to one of her kids running around the house. Like, she don't listen.
When did you move out?
June.
What happened?
When I got this eviction letter in my door that I had to either pay the rent or get ready to go to court, she came in the house ready to get her things and saying that I was still at the house.
So you think she was trying to sneak move
She was
out?
trying to sneak and get her things and leave.
How do you know that? What did you see?
Her things. She was trying to get her things to leave. She had a big truck outside and everything trying to leave.
You didn't tell her you were bringing a truck to move out?
No, I didn't tell her at all.
You didn't have the opportunity to tell her that either?
No, I did have the opportunity to tell her, I just didn't tell her.
Exactly.
Because you hadn't paid the rent?
No, I was paying the utility bills. Paying the utility bills was like paying the rent. It was almost $500 water bill.
That's what happens when you move in and you agree to 5 people living in an apartment. They're going to be using the water 5 times as much as you. And you agreed to pay the utilities?
Right, but I didn't think she was just gonna let them run the water, play in the water, do what they wanna do. She just let them do anything. She don't got no control over them. Nothing.
These are your God kids. You just said these are your God kids.
They are my God kids, but when I used to come to my house, they didn't do that.
You just spoke so lovely of them. But now you're telling me they're just out of control.
They so out of control. She taking pictures with her. Oh, I love
So
you.
here's the issue.
Why
Here's the
wouldn't I?
issue. One, you have an illegal agreement with her, and you are coming into court and you are asking me to enforce an illegal agreement. The second thing is, you said that she was supposed to be making those payments directly to the landlord,
She
not
could
to
have.
you. No, that's what you told me in your statement.
But it fell on me, though.
And that's your problem. That's why you don't enter into illegal contracts.
Coming up, Judge Faith rules. And now, Judge Faith rules.
They're not going to go after her because she's nowhere on this lease. They are going to come after you for this rent. You're going to be the one that's responsible. You should have paid rent. You lived there for that time period. You should have paid rent. I know you thought, oh, I'm paying these utilities. They're sky high. However, the problem that you have is you basically deceived the landlord, this company, when you leased this apartment. You essentially deceived them into renting this place to you by allowing them to believe that it would just be you, your boyfriend, and the 4 children. And because of that, you entered into an illegal side agreement with the defendant, which I can't enforce. No judge can enforce an illegal agreement. It's just unconscionable under the law. Judgment in this case is for the defendant.
This all came down for our friendship. Like, our friendship is ruined. Like, we'll never be friends again. Over rent.
I've learned today that don't go by trying to help a friend out. Go through it the right way.